I'm not a big guy that's going to go buy fancy stuff. Like, well, of course, I might go buy fancy stuff, but nothing like.
What would you do if you woke up tomorrow with $1 billion in your bank account? Some people actually lived that moment, but their stories didn't always end the way you'd expect. From insane luxury to shocking downfalls, today we're diving into this video marathon about biggest Powerball winners ever. And trust me, not all of them got their happy ending.
Let's start with the biggest Powerball winners and where they are now. Number 9, Jack Whitaker, $314 million. Before winning, Whitaker was the president of Diversified Enterprise Construction in West Virginia for 12 years. His net worth was already over $17 million before winning. Whitaker was out for breakfast when he bought $100 worth of tickets on a whim because the Powerball was so high, $314 million high. After winning, Jack took home the lump sum of $113 million after taxes. This overwhelming amount of money for an already wealthy man came with a landslide of troubles, from having his car broken into and thieves making off with hundreds of thousands of dollars to the unfortunate death of his granddaughter, Brandy. The problems didn't stop there. Being arrested for a DUI, being sued by Caesars Atlantic Casino, and the loss of his daughter and home, the life of Jack ended with a low note. Whitaker died on June 27, 2020, following a long illness, but no details were given. Number 8, Manuel Franco, $326 million. Manuel took home $326 million after a $10 ticket purchase. Before winning, Manuel had trouble with money and was desperate for a big break. And when that break came, it came in the millions on April 23, 2019. Like all other lottery winners, Manuel had imposters on the internet claiming his identity to try and scam people for personal data. So where's Manuel now? According to his journey, Manuel dropped off the internet for privacy reasons. Manuel last said that he wanted to use the money to travel and help out his parents. What he is doing now remains a mystery, but we can confidently say his financial burdens were lifted. Number 7, Robert Bailey, $344 million. Robert split the winnings with Loren West, taking home half of the $687.8 million Powerball jackpot. On October 27, 2018, Bailey immediately hired a lawyer and financial advisor to help in keeping his newfound wealth. Smart move, since 70% of jackpot winners go broke in 7 years, according to the New York Daily. Bailey said he wants to do the right thing by his family and the next generation and invest his money wisely. Other than that, Bailey has been pretty tight-lipped about how he's spending his time and his money. Number 6, Maureen Smith and David Kaltschmidt, $528.8 million. Counting down with number 6 comes with a rare and rather odd case in the form of a Florida couple, Maureen Smith and David Kaltschmidt. Both won $528.8 million in January 2016, but their lives had virtually no change, unlike others on this list. The couple tried to keep their life private and tried not to tell many that they had won the lottery. They still live in the same house they did before winning the lottery, own the same boat, but only upgraded their cars. Maureen and David said they hired financial advisors, but besides that, the modest life seems to suit them best. Number 5, Cindy and Mark Hill, $587 million. Coming in at number 5 is a small-town Missouri family, the Hills. In their early 50s, with 3 of their own adult children, the couple raised a then 6-year-old adopted daughter from China. The time before winning was rocky for the Hills. Mark Hill was working in a meat processing factory, and Cindy Hill had been laid off from her job as an office manager. In November 2012, the Powerball was at the highest it had ever been at the time, $587 million. The Hill family weren't counting on anything significant and bought a ticket on a whim, not expecting anything to come of it. Suddenly and overnight, a struggling family found themselves with $587 million. Taking the lump sum option, they walked away with $300 million after taxes. After earning their money, the Hills took a trip to Ireland with their family and invested in the local community sewage plant. In 2014, the Hills announced they would fund the construction of a new ambulance station. Unfortunately, Mark Hill passed away on March 20th, 2019, and the funeral was closed to the public. Number 4, Gloria McKenzie, $590 million. And number 4 is Gloria McKenzie, who won the Powerball at the age of 84. McKenzie claimed a single lump sum payment of $370 million before taxes on June 5, 2013 in Tallahassee, Florida. However, McKenzie had fallen into a trap set by her son and financial advisor. Even though McKenzie took home $278 million, a substantial amount after taxes and gave control of money to her son, Scott. Scott then shared the management of Mackenzie's winnings to a financial advisor, Harry Hank Madden. According to a lawsuit filed by Gloria Mackenzie and her attorney, Madden had no experience managing millions of dollars worth of money and invested it too conservatively, resulting in low returns. On top of low investment returns, Mackenzie ended up totaling $2 million in fees. When asked about the conservative investments, Scott Mackenzie claims that his mother agreed to low-risk investments, knowing the returns would be minimal. Greg Anderson, Mackenzie's attorney, said that the moral of the story is, vet your financial advisors carefully. What we say is don't trust anyone with your money but yourself. Research and plan carefully. Number 3. Loren West, $688 million. On October 27, 2018, 2 tickets from Iowa and New York split the $687.8 million jackpot. The winner, Loren West, almost lost her Powerball ticket while she was moving out of her house. West worked at a local health insurance company for years until she learned about her winning ticket and soon retired. West has vowed to use her money for good, establishing the Column Foundation, named after her late son, who was born prematurely, setting money aside for her grandchildren's college education, and even giving some money to friends and family. See, not everyone who wins the lottery is keeping it all to themselves. Much like others on this list, Loren faced a wave of online impersonators promising money for personal information. It's hard to tell who fell into these traps, but Loren and her family have pleaded for people not to fall victim to lies and fake online accounts. Number 2. Mavis Wanchik, $758.7 million. The winner of the $758.7 million Powerball is Mavis Wanchik from Massachusetts on October 23, 2017. This smashed the previous record for the biggest win on a single ticket. Mavis was 53 years old, mother of 2 at the time of her winning, and took home $336 million after taxes. Before winning the Powerball, Mavis worked at Mercy Medical Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, in patient care for 32 years. Immediately after her win, Mavis cut her job loose and never returned. The dream of anyone who finds himself with a sudden and substantial amount of money. Bad luck followed Mavis following her win. After her identity was made public, people from all over were trying to find out where Mavis lived, then went as far as knocking on doors around her town to try and find her address. The problem became so rampant that police had to keep watch and make sure Mavis and her family were safe. That isn't the end of the woes that followed Mavis's winning of the Powerball. People were receiving messages from a fake Mavis Wanchik, promising to give away her winnings for personal information on social media and through text messages. So what is Mavis Wanchik doing now with all her earnings? LotteryCritic.com asked her the very same question, and Mavis's response was, "I just want to sit back and relax, and I had a pipe dream. And my pipe dream has finally come true. I wanted to retire in 12 years, and it came early." Mavis hasn't been active on social media, nor is there any public information of where she is and what she's doing now. Winning the lottery and having her name released to the public isn't as glamorous as one probably wishes. And number 1, John and Lisa Robinson, $1.6 billion. In January 2016, the Powerball hit the height of $1.6 billion. Everyone started buying tickets, knowing that someone, somewhere, had to win. In fact, 3 people won. John and Lisa Robinson were 1/3 of the winners, choosing to take home the lump sum of $327.8 million before taxes. The couple appeared on the Today Show before collecting their lottery money and hired an attorney. Lisa wanted to live a simple and ordinary life and keep going to work, but the public announcement drew unwanted attention and odd looks, so she quit. Modest life out the window. The Robinsons bought a mansion estimated at $6.2 million, spread across 320 acres, with its private lake where they reside to this day.
I've called them and told them I will not be coming back.
Manuel Franco. Manuel Franco was 24 years old and working at Target in 2019. At the time, he was trying to get his bank balance up to just $1,000. We've all been there. But he had no idea his luck was about to change. On his way home from work, he stopped at a Speedway gas station and bought $10 worth of Powerball tickets. He had no idea one of them was about to win him an insane amount of cash. When he checked the tickets a week later, he was happy to see that one of them had won $4. So you can only guess how happy he was when he saw he was holding a jackpot winning ticket. And it wasn't just any jackpot either. It was one of the biggest ever, at a whopping $768 million. Even more incredibly, Manuel was the only winner. He went to collect his prize a few weeks later because he first took the time to hire a team of lawyers and financial advisors. He chose the lump sum option, and after taxes, he went home with an unbelievable $326 million in his bank account. That's so much cash, I don't even know how you'd spend it all. The first thing Manuel did wasn't going on a spending spree though. He first quit his job. Wouldn't we all do that? Then he did something pretty unusual. He went back to Target and bought a stack of gift cards, which he loaded with $200. He tried to hand them out to customers, but unfortunately, most people thought it was some kind of scam and refused to take them. One person who did take one chose to give it to someone else she thought needed it more. Since then, we haven't heard much about Manuel. However, he's issued a statement through his lawyer that scammers are using his name. This is a pretty common scam, actually. The thieves contact people saying they're a lottery winner who's generously giving away money. All you have to do is send them a little money to cover the wire transfer fee. Obviously, it's all a lie, and they disappear after their victims send the wire transfer fee. Anyone who has received a message like this is advised to inform the FBI. So, we don't know what Manuel is doing with his lottery winnings, but he does still have a fancy lawyer, so you can bet he's spending it wisely. If you hit a huge Powerball jackpot, what would you spend your money on? Tell us in the comments, and stick with us for more amazing stories. Robert Bailey. Robert Bailey was a retired government worker living in Harlem when he finally struck gold. He'd been playing the lottery for 25 years already, using exactly the same numbers every single time since he started. Most people would have given up long before, but it's a good thing Robert stuck to the plan. It sure paid off in the end when he became the biggest Powerball jackpot winner in New York State at the time of his win, $687.8 million. He had to share the jackpot with another winner, but he still went home with a huge chunk of cash. After choosing the lump sum and paying his winner's tax, he still got $125 million. But is he still rich? He definitely hired a team before he picked up his prize, but we haven't heard anything about him since then. That might be a good thing though. Normally, when jackpot winners blow all their cash and end up broke, they're guaranteed to pop up in the news eventually. So, because Robert hasn't been in the news, you can bet he still has a good amount of cash in his account. Maureen Smith and David Kaltschmidt. Maureen Smith and David Kaltschmidt are a couple originally from Long Island, New York. They didn't have a bad life before winning the lottery. They moved to the coast of Florida in 1991, 10 years after they got married. They lived happily with their 2 children, with Maureen working as an Avon lady and David working as a mechanical engineer. Their kids were already adults when the couple finally hit the jackpot. If you're gonna win the lottery, that draw was the right moment. Maureen and David were one of the 3 couples who struck gold with the infamous $1.6 billion Powerball jackpot. Even after splitting the jackpot 3 ways, losing money by choosing to take the lump sum option, and paying taxes, the amount of cash Maureen and David took home was higher than most jackpot totals. Their bank account now showed a whopping total of $328 million. The family must have been so glad Maureen played the lottery all the time. She won with the same numbers she'd been playing for years. They didn't thank her straight away though. In fact, David was so sure he hadn't won that he thought Maureen was playing a prank on him when he saw all the numbers on her ticket match the draw. Luckily, he was wrong. Just imagine what you could do with all that cash. Well, as it turns out, David and Maureen didn't do that much. Normally, lottery winners immediately buy a huge mansion and a collection of luxury cars, but not David and Maureen. In fact, they're still living in the same $300,000 house as before. They did upgrade their car. David sold his SUV and bought a GMC Yukon Denali, and Maureen got her own Tesla. But that's about it. They're living exactly the same way they did before, except David retired from his engineering job. Maureen still goes shopping at the nearby store where she bought her winning ticket, and she talks to all the same people she did before she became rich. They sometimes give away some of their cash to good causes, but be warned, if you see them on social media or you get an email from them trying to give you money, it's a scam. Can you hit subscribe before another lottery winner blows all their cash? You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Loren West. Loren West from Iowa didn't grow up super poor. but she wasn't wealthy either. Even as a child, she worked in the cornfields to earn extra money for her family, plus some spending money for herself. As an adult, she kept working hard, but this time it was because she was a single mom to 3 daughters. But even with all that responsibility, she was doing all right. In fact, she just bought her very first house. That's a pretty big achievement. Her sister was busy helping her move into her new home when they stopped at a local store to pick up a coffee and a pizza to help keep their energy up for the busy day. While they were there, Lauren picked up a lottery ticket for the draw that was happening the next day. She did that every week when she had enough spare cash. Then, she spent the rest of the day moving in with her sister. She totally forgot she had even bought a ticket. Well, until the next day when Lauren's friend called her to tell her somebody hit the jackpot. That was no small win either. The Powerball jackpot was at a whopping $687 million. Lauren obviously wanted to check if her ticket was the winner. But when she went to check her numbers, she realized she couldn't find her ticket. She thought she put it in her purse, but it wasn't there. She called her sister, terrified that she'd lost her ticket in the chaos of her moving. Luckily, her sister started searching for the lost ticket. Lauren had dropped the ticket in her sister's truck, and it was safe and sound. She read the numbers out over the phone so Lauren could check if they matched. Neither of them could believe it, but she had every single one right. Lauren later found out she was one of 2 winners. But even splitting the money, she still got a giant $198.1 million lump sum. She said straight away that she wanted to use her money to help people. But did she? We've all seen lottery winners say that before blowing all their cash on luxury items. So what did Lauren choose to really do? She did exactly what she said. She was never a selfish person, and the money didn't change her one bit. She used it to get closer to her kids and grandchildren, who she loved. She even bought a family car instead of a sports car, so all her grandkids could fit in. Then she set up a charity called the Column Foundation. It provides funding to causes like poverty, hunger, and animal and child welfare. Why did she not name it after herself? Because she wanted to name it after her late grandson instead. Plus, you might even have seen her on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She was there to donate an amazing $500,000 to the Travis Foundation, which helps wounded veterans and their families. She's clearly incredibly giving, but handing all that money to charities hasn't hurt her. She's still living exactly the way she wanted to live, with enough cash that she never needs to worry again. I guess some people would rather help others than live a lavish lifestyle. Mavis Wanchik. Before winning the lottery, Mavis Wanchik had been working in patient care at a medical center in Massachusetts for an incredible 32 years. She didn't hate her job at all, but we all know that's a pretty tough thing to do every day for so long. Every day, she dreamed that she might be able to retire early. She just didn't have the money to do it. But she did sometimes play the Powerball lottery as part of her early retirement dream. She would buy quick pick tickets sometimes, but the numbers she chose that won the jackpot were significant dates related to her loved ones. I'll bet she loved those people even more when she won her unbelievable $758.7 million jackpot. Imagine seeing numbers like that, knowing they belong to you. Mavis was also the only winner of that insanely huge jackpot. The second Mavis found out she'd won, she went to collect her prize. Of course, she chose the lump sum. And after taxes, she'd won $336 million. The first thing she did was to resign from her job, taking an early retirement like she'd always dreamed of. She then contacted reporters and spread the story of her incredible win far and wide. That was her one big mistake. There are loads of ways that winning so much cash can go wrong. Mavis didn't blow her prize and end up broke. But all the attention after her big press conference turned her life into a misery. People were turning up at her door constantly, either to ask her questions for the news or worse. Loads of people were hoping to get a piece of her new wealth. It got so bad that the police had to sit outside her house to guard her. There's no news on if this is still happening or not. Hopefully, she's moved now and has managed to get a little more privacy. On the bright side, she still seems to have plenty of cash. John and Lisa Robinson. John and Lisa Robinson were a pretty normal couple from Tennessee. John was in the Air Force before becoming an engineer, and Lisa worked as a dermatologist. Their daughter was already an adult when they hit the jackpot. At the time, John was having to travel a lot for work, which he and Lisa really hated. All they wanted was to be closer as a family, but that's difficult when you don't have much money. One day, John was leaving work when he got a call from Lisa. She told him that she'd heard the Powerball jackpot was a mind-blowing $1.6 billion. She told John it would be a good idea to pick up a few lottery tickets on his way home. John agreed and bought tickets with his loved ones' birthdays and his numbers. Good call. Those dates won the couple an astounding amount of cash, along with 2 other lucky winners. Even after splitting the jackpot with the other winners and paying taxes, the Robinsons went home with $245.8 million. But they seemed like they really didn't know what to do with it. Except for paying off their daughter's student loans, they kept working at their jobs and stayed in the same house. That lasted a while, until they started getting people showing up at their door. Their lawyer had advised them to announce their win to the media, which was definitely the wrong decision. The couple had always been private, and they really hated everyone showing up asking for their money. They have since parted ways with that lawyer, for obvious reasons. They decided they were going to move after all, to try to win back their privacy. They bought a spectacular house with a private lake and a cinema worth $6.2 million. But that's only a small part of their money. And we don't know much more than that, which must mean they've got their privacy back, and they're still rich. Like this video? Then check out this one too.
Well, every time I play, I feel I'm going to win. But as people here could tell you, as long as you can believe that your number's going to come out.
Number 10. Other rich people don't like them.
I don't like it.
You'd think that when you get rich, you'll have access to a whole new part of society you never did before. And sure, you'll be able to do a lot of things rich people do, but often, lottery winners end up disappointed because other rich people hate them. Why? Well, there's always been social politics and snobbery when it comes to class. People from old money families see people who are newly rich as lower class. But even people with new money hate lottery winners. That's because if you're newly rich, the chances are you worked pretty hard to make all that money. They resent lottery winners for having all the same privileges they've got without having to put the effort in to get there. Of course, a lot of lottery winners were also working hard. They just didn't find themselves with the right job or skills to make them rich. Some might be lazy, but most of them are probably just as hardworking as people who made themselves lucky. But sadly, rich people never see it that way. Winners might make 1 or 2 rich friends, but they'll almost always be looked down on by rich people, whether they were born into money or made it themselves. But it's not just rich people making their lives miserable. Number 9. Everybody wants a piece of their pie.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
There's one thing all experts agree on when discussing lottery wins. They all think it's a good idea to stay anonymous. There's a very good reason for that. If loads of people know you've won a jackpot, there will also be loads of people trying to get in on the action. Everyone will want a piece of the pie. The problems can start anywhere. Those people could come from anywhere. Often they're complete strangers looking for a handout. They normally show up in the comments of your social media posts, which is why a lot of lottery winners delete their accounts a few months after winning. But sometimes, if your full name and your city are published, they'll be able to find your home address. And they will literally show up on your doorstep asking for money. But sometimes, it's someone you know. When 21-year-old Timothy Schultz won a whopping $29 million, it was his coworker that tried to get her hands on his prize. She claimed Timothy had said she could buy the ticket with him and they'd share the prize if it won. Timothy said in court that they had said something like that while he was buying the ticket at the gas station where they worked, but she'd never given him her half of the money to pay for the ticket. That wasn't enough to convince people that she wasn't involved. But Timothy's story ended pretty well because in Iowa, you have to be at least 21 years old to play the lottery. Timothy had bought the ticket a few months after his 21st birthday, but the girl trying to take half of his winnings was only 20 years old. So she wasn't legally entitled to any of his money because she wasn't allowed to play the game in the first place. But not every story ends with more luck for the winners. Another group of people determined to profit off lottery winners is the media. If you've won a jackpot big enough to make headlines, They'll try to profit off you by getting pictures and inside scoops that they can build a story from. To them, it's not about taking your money. They want to use you to get clicks, and it can make your life a misery. When John and Lisa Robinson won a mind-blowing $528 million jackpot, they were already retired. At their winners' press conference, they told the world they were happy and didn't want to move out of their home that they'd loved for decades. But their peaceful home soon became a place full of stress when tons of media vans started camping outside. They were accompanied by tons of strangers looking for money. It got so bad, the police had to start patrolling the property permanently to make sure the Robinsons were left alone. They soon realized they couldn't live their normal life there anymore. They sold their beloved home and moved far away. Sure, they bought a beautiful $10 million lakeside mansion, but we still think they should have been allowed to stay in their old house. In the end, they didn't get that option. And it's not just strangers and the media that want a piece of a big lottery win. The government wants in on it too, and winners can't say no to them. Number 8. They have to pay loads of tax.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
There are places in the world where lottery wins are not taxed, but America isn't one of them. When lottery winners bought their ticket, they normally expected to win the amount advertised. To illustrate what we mean, let's say you've won a $1.5 billion jackpot. So soon, your bank account will show you've got $1.5 billion, right? Nope. Firstly, that number is the amount you'll receive only if you take the annuity option, but that takes decades. That's why you get more money. It's the amount you've won plus interest over all the years. If you take the lump sum, like most winners, you'll actually get a lot less. A $1.5 billion jackpot will mean you actually get a lump sum of about $930 million. So you've already got a lot less than you were expecting. But then the taxes come in. All winners in America must pay federal income taxes on lottery jackpots. How much you win determines the percentage you need to hand over. But a big jackpot like this means they'll take 37%. 24% is immediately withheld and handed over to the government before you even touch the money, and you're liable for the rest. That means in this example, your $1.5 billion jackpot has now dwindled to about $586 million. Shocking, right? And if you're really unlucky, your state will take even more. Not all states require you to pay taxes on your winnings, but some definitely do. And there are other hidden taxes too. If you are hoping to share your jackpot evenly with your family, you'll be in for a huge shock. Because if you, for example, give half of your remaining money to your parents, you'll owe gift tax on it. And it's not a small percentage either. It can be as high as 46%. Worse, if you die and your will states that your family should get your estate, your kind gesture means they'll have to pay a whopping tax bill equal to about 40%. There is insurance out there that covers some of that, which you might want to look into if you ever do win a jackpot. So winning the lottery doesn't mean you can do anything you want with all that cash, and having it might not be such a blessing to winners in the first place, because Number 7, they sometimes lose their sense of purpose.
Well, I thought we were gonna play Halo tonight.
Psychologists say that one of the biggest problems with winning the lottery is that winners feel lost. See, if you're not super rich, you probably think winning the lottery will solve all your problems and free you. But that's not always true. See, having things that you absolutely have to do, like going to work to pay your bills and look after your family, gives you a sense of purpose. That's essential to good mental health. Lottery winners have no worries if they know they have enough money in the bank. They can quit their job. They don't need to be anywhere at a specific time. They can do whatever they want, and they don't need to worry about anything. That sounds like the perfect life to most people. But it means they can lose their way. Not having anything important to do means they lose their sense of purpose and meaning in life. That's pretty bad. It also explains why so many lottery winners quickly develop disastrous drug and alcohol problems. Keith Goff was a happily married man before he won the lottery. His biggest dream was to retire and live the easy life with his wife. But after he won millions, he started drinking heavily. Eventually, his wife chose to leave rather than watch her beloved husband turn into a shell of the man she loved. Keith died of a heart attack soon after. Almost everyone agrees it was really a broken heart that killed him. But it's not just a sense of purpose lottery winners lose. Number 6. They lose tons of friends.
I thought I was charming.
Some winners lose their friends and family because of substance abuse. But that's not the only thing that drives friends away. When you become a multi-millionaire, your lifestyle is bound to change, but your friends still have the same amount of money. They probably can't afford to travel the world with you or move into upper-class neighborhoods or eat at the fanciest restaurants. The more you hang out in places like that, the less time you'll have to spend time with your friends. Or worse, you might stick to doing the same things as before, but they might become jealous. You'll still feel like the same person, and it can be pretty heartbreaking if your friends start treating you differently just because you've got loads of money now. Some of them get angry because you won't give them money. Shark Tank's Daymond John has an interesting way to prevent that problem, though. He says the moment you find out that you've won, you should call up everyone you know and ask them if you can borrow money. That way, when people start asking you for money, they can't get angry if you say no if they've recently said no to you. But even when you make new friends, they might not be what they seem. When Callie Rogers won millions at just 16 years old, the worst part of her experience was the way her friends treated her. She says she'd sometimes buy drinks for friends in bars, only to realize later that they were only talking to her in the hopes of getting a story about her that they could sell to the tabloids. That's gotta be tough. But it's not only lying friends that are a problem to lottery winners. Number 5. They can't trust anyone.
I can't believe you don't trust me.
Psychologists say that one of the biggest mental health problems that lottery winners experience is paranoia. But there's a pretty good reason for that. The first advice any lottery winner gets is that they need to put a team together. Lawyers, tax experts, and financial advisors are supposed to help you make good decisions with your money. But even if you're paying someone a huge salary, that doesn't mean they become trustworthy. Jason Curlin started calling himself the lottery lawyer and quickly became an authority on helping jackpot winners manage their money. He was even making appearances on TV. He had loads of clients who had won incredible amounts of money, including the winners of a gigantic $1.5 billion Mega Millions jackpot. That couple alone paid Curlin an incredible $200,000 for their first consultation and $50,000 per month after that to look after their money. He could have made more than enough money from legit work. None of his clients suspected that he was stealing millions from them to fund criminal activities run by his shady friends. Over the years, he stole almost $200 million from his clients. To avoid that happening, here's another great bit of advice from Daymond John. He says ask another rich person for the names of their trusted advisors. It also helps to gather a team from different firms, because they'll watch out for any strange transactions that might look suspicious. But that doesn't help the poor winners who are already taken advantage of. And if you think professionals stealing money from lottery winners is bad, the next problem on our list is even worse. Number 4. Their families sometimes turn against them.
Can you believe that?
When you win the lottery, even your own family can turn against you. This can happen in all kinds of ways you'd never dream of. And there are more than just a few lottery winners who have been sued by their family to get more money. Most recently, Barbara Reddick went with her nephew Tyrone to collect her winner's check. But when the press asked if she had anything to say, she turned to her nephew and said, "I'll see you in court."
JCA Sweeters is going to court. I'm taking him to court. It was my
Why? Well, Tyrone claims that Barbara had bought the winning ticket for him as a gift. That claim was backed up pretty clearly because it was Tyrone's name that was written on the ticket. But after the ticket won, Barbara said she'd only put his name there for luck, and she never agreed to give him the money if the ticket won. Tyrone had already agreed to split the winnings 50-50, but Barbara wanted more than that, and as promised, she sued him. Tyrone agreed to take 40%, and Barbara got 60%. He says it's terrible to lose that relationship after being so close to his aunt his whole life. But it could have been worse. Aruj Khan, a family man who owned a laundromat, won $1 million jackpot one day. That's not even a huge jackpot like some winners get. But before he even collected the money, someone had slipped him a deadly dose of cyanide. The authorities only discovered this when Aruj's brother insisted that it wasn't a heart attack that ended his life. He was right. The authorities suspect that a member of the family was responsible. But nothing could be proven, and whoever did it is still free. With all that risk, is it really worth it to win a jackpot? Well, number 3, most winners will go bankrupt.
I had nothing to do with this.
At least one study has found that a shocking 70% of lottery winners end up broke. In fact, lottery winners are more likely to go bankrupt within 3 to 5 years of winning than the average American is to go bankrupt at any point in their lives. Surprisingly, a lot of that is due to giving too much money away. But it's also because winners often believe they have more money than they really do. If you never saw that amount of money throughout your life, it's unlikely you'll know how to handle it when it suddenly falls in your lap. That much money can make you think you can afford anything you want. But really, when you start spending like crazy, the money dries up pretty fast. Another study showed that lottery winners surveyed 10 years after winning had saved just 16 cents from every dollar they won. That sure doesn't sound sustainable. But a lot of bankruptcies are filed by people who used that money to buy assets and open businesses. And bankruptcy isn't the worst thing that can happen. In fact, the average millionaire, including the ones who earned their money through business, go bankrupt 3 times in their lives. So it could get a lot worse than filing for bankruptcy. Unfortunately, a lot of lottery winners do find themselves in a worse position. Number 2. Some never get their money in the first place.
I need more money, Steve. Billy, I need more money.
It turns out you may have won the lottery already. You just didn't know it. Billions of dollars worth of lottery prizes go unclaimed. According to lottery officials, over $2 billion go unclaimed in America every year. That's a shocking statistic. And the largest ever unclaimed prize will take your breath away. The ticket was worth a staggering $77 million. The prize went unclaimed for so long that even if you found that missing Powerball ticket in your jacket pocket now, you would not be able to claim it. But never knowing you won the jackpot isn't nearly as bad as knowing that money could have been yours. Loads of winners lose tickets and can never claim their prize. Others have their tickets stolen. But the worst story yet was a British couple who missed out on a ginormous jackpot in 2021. They played the same numbers every single week. And even had an online subscription set up so their ticket would be bought for them. They thought that would mean they'd never miss out by forgetting to buy a ticket. So one week when they checked the lottery draw, they immediately started celebrating when they saw all their numbers had come up. They'd won a whopping $231 million. Only when they went to check the website, their ticket wasn't there. Tragically, a glitch meant their automatic payment never went through, and they tragically had no right to claim their prize. So, not winning the lottery can ruin your life just as much as winning it can. But is there any way to make sure it doesn't end in tragedy when you do win? Well, number 1, it's almost impossible to make the right choice. We would say it's a good idea to take expert advice when you win, but unfortunately, that's a lot more difficult than it seems. That's because a lot of experts contradict each other when giving advice to lottery winners. Most say you should invest wisely. Others, like Mark Cuban, say investing is a huge mistake. Mark Cuban says you should take the annuity option so it's more difficult for you to blow it all. While people like Kevin O'Leary and Kevin Harrington say you can earn a lot more from investments if you take the lump sum. You're told not to invest on your own, but people who listened to Jay Kurland had millions stolen from the person who was meant to give them advice. This all becomes a huge problem because, as psychologists will tell you, a lot of lottery winners feel pretty overwhelmed when they first win the lottery. It can bring a huge amount of stress into their lives, which only gets worse when they realize they don't know who to ask for advice. So, is it even surprising that the lottery curse strikes so often? You might not believe that these things really happen, but we can prove it. Here's our list of the winners who lost absolutely everything.
I think 8 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call from Dad, and first thing he says is, "Now don't say nothing."
Number 6. Guardian of Generational Wealth, New York's $343 million Powerball winner's noble quest. In the heart of Manhattan, a life-altering windfall unfolded for a retired government employee named Robert Bailey in 2018. He may have clinched New York's largest ever lottery jackpot, a staggering $343.8 million, but his story goes beyond mere fortune. Bailey's aspirations reach deeper, reflecting a profound desire to safeguard his newfound wealth for the generations that will follow. Opting for a lump sum payment, Bailey's winnings amounted to a still awe-inspiring $125.3 million post-tax. Yet his vision for this treasure trove transcends personal extravagance. At a press conference that left the city buzzing, Bailey unveiled his altruistic mission to ensure that the next generation of his family enjoys the fruits of his luck. "I still want to be me. I can't let money change me," Bailey declared, an unwavering commitment to remain true to himself despite the enormous riches that now lay at his feet. With a sense of responsibility that is as rare as his lottery win, he turned to legal and financial experts, charting a path to secure his legacy. While Bailey remained mostly tight-lipped about his specific plans, he did offer a glimpse into his intentions. Among them, he hopes to buy a home for his mother, embark on world travels, and engage in what he modestly referred to as make-good investments. Bailey declined to delve into the details of his family, except to mention that he was single and had a few children. And when asked about his philanthropic intentions, he revealed that he indeed has a few charities in mind. But he made it clear that no decision in this regard would be taken without careful consultation with his trusted advisor. The story of Robert Bailey is more than a tale of lottery luck. It's a testament to the enduring values of responsibility, family, and the determination to make wealth a force for good. In a world where instant wealth can lead to pitfalls, Bailey's noble quest sets a compelling example of how one man's fortune can become a legacy for generations to come. Number 5. Becky Bell's $747 million destiny. In life's labyrinth of choices, there are moments when the universe seems to whisper, guiding us with a subtle nudge. Becky Bell found herself at such a crossroads while grocery shopping with her daughter at the local Fred Meyer on a seemingly ordinary Sunday, February 5th. As they strolled through the aisles, her attention shifted to the Washington's lottery vending machine. It displayed the tantalizing estimated jackpot amounts for the next Lotto, Hit 5, Mega Millions, and Powerball drawings. It was a digital canvas of dreams. But what stood out most was the staggering figure beneath the Powerball logo, an estimated $747 million. Becky Bell, a steadfast resident of Auburn with nearly 36 years of service as a supply chain analyst for the Boeing Company, had a connection with her workplace that ran deep. Just 6 days earlier, the Boeing Company had delivered its final 747 jumbo jet. The symbolism was impossible to ignore. At that moment, amidst the fluorescent-lit aisles of a grocery store, something magical happened. Becky saw her sign. It wasn't merely a number, it was a cosmic gesture that beckoned her towards the unimaginable. The stars aligned, and her decision was clear. Becky Bell's journey was about to take an unprecedented turn, a destiny forged by a chance glance and a sign that she couldn't ignore. In a world where life often offers subtle nudges, hers was a story of heeding that call and riding the wave of destiny toward a $747 million surprise. With unwavering resolve, Becky purchased some Powerball tickets, and little did she know that it would be the key to unlocking a $754.6 million fortune. Her numbers aligned perfectly with the white balls 5, 11, 22, 23, 69, and the red Powerball 7 in what would be the 34th drawing of this colossal Powerball jackpot. As the results were revealed, the message on the screen read "Winning ticket claim at lottery office." At that very instant, she knew she had secured at least $600. It was thrilling, no doubt, but it was only the tip of the iceberg. The true revelation happened when Belle decided to cross-check the numbers on the WA Lottery app. The numbers, like a celestial alignment, fell into place, and the magnitude of her win became painfully clear. As she confessed, "I've never won more than $20 in my life," so the enormity of her newfound fortune was overwhelming. This victory wasn't just a win, it was a homecoming for the jackpot that had remained elusive for so long. Final ticket sales soared above expectations, elevating the jackpot to a staggering $754.6 million, making it the 5th largest Powerball jackpot and the 9th largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever won. An emotional floodgate burst as she grasped the reality of what had just occurred. She called her remaining loved ones to ensure that the numbers matched the monumental jackpot. The most endearing twist, however, came when she reached out to her mother, sharing the life-altering news. But there was a slight hiccup. Her mom misheard the number and assumed it was a mere $7 million. It was in the subsequent clarification that the true scale of the windfall hit home, a staggering $747 million. Soon, the entire family was swept up in a whirlwind of emotions, tears flowing as they collectively grasped the magnitude of their newfound wealth. Becky Bell's story is a testament to the sheer power of life's unexpected twists, where a modest sum transforms into a cosmic windfall, and the moment of realization transcends words. Becky Bell's life, touched by a cosmic stroke of luck, was already on a carefully laid path towards retirement from the Boeing Company in June 2023. However, her story had more chapters to unveil, and they were as intriguing as they were unexpected. The specifics of what truly transpired in the wake of her extraordinary win remain a mystery, hidden away like a well-guarded secret. But what is known is that Belle found herself in the midst of a pivotal moment. Her role extended to shaping the future by training those who would step into the shoes of her professional life. A sense of responsibility and commitment ran deep in her veins. She recognized the importance of ensuring a smooth transition, both for the company that had been her professional home for nearly 36 years, and for the individuals who would carry forward her legacy. Number 4. Mavis Wansik's remarkable journey, the $336 million lottery surprise. In the world of astronomical odds, Mavis Wansik emerged as the embodiment of what could only be called a cosmic alignment of fortune. On a fateful August 23, 2017, she defied the unfathomable 1 in 292 million Powerball odds to become the sole bearer of a jaw-dropping $758.7 million jackpot, an event that would forever redefine her life. At 53 years old, Wansik stood as the solitary possessor of this staggering windfall. The mother of 2, hailing from Southbridge, Massachusetts, discovered herself suddenly thrust into the spotlight, now the second largest single winner in lottery history, taking home a substantial $336,350,655 after taxes. Prior to her life-altering win, Wansik had dedicated 32 years to her job at Mercy Medical Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, offering patient care. However, the day the stars aligned in her favor, her decision was swift and unambiguous. During a press conference, she faced the inevitable question of whether she would retain her job, to which she responded with a smile, "I called them and told them I will not be coming back." But the most captivating aspect of Mavis Wansik's story lay in her dreams. Her aspirations transcended the boundaries of mere luxury. They were a testament to a life well earned. With a sense of serenity, she shared her vision. I just want to sit back and relax. And I had a pipe dream, and my pipe dream has finally come true. And I want to retire in 12, and it came early. Painting a portrait of a life transformed by a celestial twist of luck that defies imagination. Number 3, Man of the People, Manuel Franco's $326 million quest for a grounded life. When most teenagers are just beginning to dip their toes into adulthood, 18-year-old Manuel Franco ventured into the world of lottery games. Little did he know that his youthful persistence would become the key to an unimaginable destiny. Fast forward 6 years, and the 24-year-old Franco emerged as the victor of an astonishing $768.4 million Powerball jackpot, a moment that would forever alter his life's course. His journey to this extraordinary windfall began on a fateful day, March 27, 2019, when he made an ordinary visit to the New Berlin Speedway, as confirmed by the Wisconsin Lottery. As Franco explained during a press conference, I walked into the Speedway and I purchased $10 worth of individual Powerball tickets. I honestly felt so lucky that I did look up at the camera and I wanted to wink at it because I just had that lucky feeling. Then, one fateful night, the universe validated his instinct. The ordinary became extraordinary as the numbers fell in his favor. It feels like a dream. It was amazing. My heart started racing, blood pumping, Franco recounted with exhilaration. I screamed for about 5 or 10 minutes. In the aftermath of his spectacular win, Manuel Franco faced a pivotal decision: how to handle the colossal sum of $477 million that lay before him. With remarkable clarity, he chose the lump sum, an admirable $326 million after the inevitable tax bite. However, in the midst of this financial whirlwind, Franco remained steadfast in his desire for simplicity. I'm sure you'll never see me as one of the people who went bankrupt or broke or anything like that, Franco asserted confidently. I plan to live my life as normal as much as possible. In a world where overnight wealth can breed excess, Franco's humility shines brightly. He saw no need for extravagance, but rather a genuine intention to give back to the world. The lottery jackpot, it seems, had found not only a fortunate recipient, but also a responsible steward. Franco's self-image remained remarkably unaltered despite the newfound fortune. He considered himself an ordinary guy, caught on the brink of awakening from a dream, a sentiment that resonates with many who have contemplated life-altering windfalls. I want to thank those closest to me for all the support they have given me over the years, Franco expressed, underlining the importance of the bonds that had guided him to this moment. In the tale of Manuel Franco, the world sees a man who, amidst the grandeur of wealth, maintains a steadfast commitment to a life of humility, balance, and a heartfelt desire to make a positive impact. It's a story where riches do not define character, but rather provide an opportunity to redefine the future, one marked by responsibility, integrity, and an unyielding connection to the world. Number 2, Beyond the Jackpot, a humble couple's extraordinary journey. In the world of lottery dreams, where riches beyond imagination beckon, John and Lisa Robinson chose to defy convention. Unlike the many who fantasized about hitting the jackpot, this unassuming couple had a different plan, one that left their small Tennessee town in awe. When they clinched a colossal Powerball jackpot in 2016, a staggering $528.8 million that tantalized with promises of endless luxuries, John and Lisa remained firmly grounded. They opted for the lump sum, a tidy sum of over $327 million before taxes. Despite posing with the grandiose check, their intentions were remarkably different. Soon after their historic win, life for the Robinsons took a turn that no one could have predicted. Lisa, who worked in a dermatologist's office, wasted no time in returning to her job, resuming her normal routine as though the millions were just numbers on paper. John, employed at a maintenance distribution center, shared the same sentiment and prepared to clock back in. For them, the essence of their lives remained unchanged, except for the unprecedented financial security that now accompanied them. I got my wife on my arm, what more could I ask for? John quipped. I've got plenty of money now. In a world where grandeur often calls, their choice was refreshingly practical. They received a couple of $1 million right away, with the remainder of the prize due in just a short span. Their winning ticket had originated from Naifeh's Food Market, one of 3 humble lottery retailers in their modest hometown, situated about 30 miles northeast of Memphis. And yet, even in the midst of their newfound wealth, the Robinsons remained astonishingly down to earth. They had their priorities straight, focusing on paying off their daughter's student loans, a home mortgage, and several other bills. Family, too, was not forgotten, as they yearned to share their wealth with loved ones. But as their story unfolded, it took a fascinating turn. In a 2019 report, it was confirmed that the Robinsons had acquired a sprawling 10-bedroom residence on a 320-acre estate, complete with a private lake, for $6.2 million. This real estate marvel promised stunning Tennessee vistas, a personal home theater, and a generous 8 bathrooms. John and Lisa Robinson's journey was nothing short of extraordinary, a testament to the enduring power of simplicity and the ability to handle sudden wealth with grace and purpose. Number 1. Edwin Castro's most shocking life changes after $2 billion win. In the blink of a lottery ticket, Edwin Castro's life transformed from ordinary to extraordinary. Picture this: a 30-year-old man who with a stroke of luck soared to the ranks of billionaires, courtesy of the largest jackpot in U.S. history. But here's the twist in this modern-day fairy tale. The aftermath of Edwin's astonishing $2 billion California Powerball win isn't what you'd expect. He opted for a lump sum over installments, unleashing a cascade of the most surprising changes life has to offer. Let's unravel the incredible story of how this overnight billionaire's world was turned upside down by fortune's fickle hand. When Edwin Castro first laid hands on that life-altering ticket, he was a former mechanic residing in a humble, run-down one-bedroom home in Altadena. Fast forward to today, and you'd hardly recognize the man or his lifestyle. The transformation is nothing short of remarkable. With his newfound wealth, Castro embarked on an unprecedented real estate journey. In just 1 month, he accomplished what most people only dream of. Not 1, but 2 opulent mansions became his new reality. Bid farewell to the modest past and say hello to the $25.5 million Hollywood mansion, where A-list neighbors are now part of his daily life. This luxurious hillside property stretches across an impressive 13,578 square feet, offering an extravagant lifestyle beyond imagination. It comes complete with an outdoor kitchen, a state-of-the-art gym, a wine cellar fit for connoisseurs, and an infinity pool that gazes out over the city, treating Castro to breathtaking vistas that seem like they're straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. From fast cars to fine art, his shopping list seems endless. However, what's perhaps even more intriguing than his lavish purchases is his newfound affinity for privacy. Since clinching the colossal jackpot, Edwin Castro has tactfully eluded the media's spotlight, opting for a life behind closed doors, shielded from the probing questions of curious journalists. Rather than granting interviews or explaining the intricacies of his fortune, Castro is content basking in the opulence and novelty of his changed life. It's a story of a man who found fortune and decided to savor it away from the public eye. In the end, whether he chooses to share his journey or not, one thing remains certain. The life of the biggest Powerball winner, Edwin Castro, is a narrative of transformation, luxury, and newfound seclusion, where dreams and riches have truly converged into an extraordinary reality. The journey from a one-bedroom home to these sprawling mansions is a testament to the extraordinary changes that come with a Powerball-sized fortune. In the captivating world of lottery legends, these Powerball winners have woven tales of dreams realized and lives forever altered. From modest beginnings to staggering wealth, their journeys are a testament to the magic of chance and the enduring human spirit. As we close the chapter on the lives of the biggest Powerball winners ever, remember that the next incredible story may be just one ticket away. Stay inspired, because sometimes the most extraordinary adventures begin with a simple bet.
In the whirlwind world of lotteries, few stories capture the imagination quite like that of Rick Knudsen. A regular man with an extraordinary stroke of luck, Rick's life turned upside down one fateful day. It was just another day when Rick, deciding on a whim, purchased a Powerball ticket, a simple act that would redefine his destiny. The moment Rick discovered his win was nothing short of cinematic. The numbers on the television screen matched his ticket, each one igniting a spark of disbelief and excitement. His heart raced as the reality sank in. He was now $180 million richer. Shocked, elated, and perhaps overwhelmed, Rick experienced a whirlwind of emotions. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered joy. As the initial shock subsided, Rick began to envision his new life. He thought about the endless possibilities and the dreams he could now fulfill. The win wasn't just about the money, it was about the opportunities it presented. Rick knew his life was about to change dramatically, but he was ready to embrace this new chapter. Before the monumental win, Rick Knudsen lived a life far removed from the glitz of millionaire mansions. He led a modest, hard-working life, the kind that resonates with the average person. His days were spent in routine, far from the glamour and luxury that lay in his unforeseen fortune. The transformation from an everyday individual to a multi-millionaire was nothing short of extraordinary. Winning the Powerball was a pivotal moment that turned the page to a new chapter in Rick's life. This wasn't just a financial boost, it was a complete lifestyle overhaul. The win ushered in a new era of possibilities far beyond what Rick had ever imagined. It symbolized a shift from the ordinary to the extraordinary, marking the beginning of a journey filled with luxury, excitement, and newfound freedom. Rick Knudsen's $180 million windfall ushered him into a world of splendor, epitomized by his 16,000 square foot mansion. Nestled in the heart of luxury, this architectural marvel stands as a beacon of his newfound wealth. The mansion's exterior is a symphony of elegance and grandeur, with expansive windows that reflect the golden sunlight and stately doors that open to a realm of opulence. Stepping inside, one is greeted by a world of interior elegance. The grand foyer sets the tone with its soaring ceilings and a sweeping staircase that seems to ascend to the heavens. The living area, vast and inviting, is designed for both grand entertaining and intimate family moments. With plush furnishings and a warm, inviting fireplace, it's a space that combines luxury with comfort. The heart of this home is the kitchen, a culinary paradise boasting state-of-the-art appliances and a layout that would enchant any chef. The master suite, a sanctuary of tranquility, offers breathtaking views, a sitting area ideal for relaxation, and an ensuite bathroom that rivals the finest spas. Luxury amenities are in abundance. A home cinema, outfitted with plush seating and cutting-edge technology, offers a private movie-going experience. An indoor pool, a shimmering oasis, promises year-round enjoyment. Throughout the mansion, custom art pieces add a touch of personal flair, making this more than just a house. It's a home reflecting Rick's journey from an everyday life to one of extraordinary luxury. With his newfound wealth, Rick Knudsen extended his dreams to his family, purchasing additional properties for his children. Each property is a gem in its own right, reflecting the same attention to luxury and comfort as his own mansion. These properties, ranging from cozy hillside retreats to modern urban residences, were carefully selected to suit the individual's taste and lifestyles of his children. They're not just homes, but symbols of Rick's love and a way to share his fortune with his loved ones. Each property, with its unique character and luxury elements, stands as a testament to the Knudsen family's new life, a life marked by abundance and a joy of sharing it. Rick Knudsen's 845-acre property is a sprawling canvas of natural beauty. Rolling hills stretch as far as the eye can see, dotted with majestic trees that stand tall and proud. The land, rich with lush forest and serene meadows, offers a tranquil escape from the hustle of the outside world. A sparkling lake, nestled within this idyllic setting, mirrors the sky above, adding to the property's serene allure. This vast estate is not just about size, it's a sanctuary of unique features. Private trails wind through the land, inviting exploration and adventure. Wildlife roams freely, adding a touch of the wild to this luxurious retreat. Custom outdoor installations, from elegant gazebos to artistic sculptures, are strategically placed, creating an environment that's both aesthetically pleasing and deeply connected to nature. In his new world of opulence, Rick Knutson's days are a portrait of luxury and leisure. Mornings might start with a coffee on the terrace overlooking the vast expanse of his property. Days could be spent wandering the private trails or enjoying family time by the lake. Evenings might find him hosting friends in the grandeur of his mansion or enjoying a movie in his private cinema. The story of John and Lisa Robinson is a tale of extraordinary fortune. The couple, living a life of routine and simplicity, experienced a moment that would forever alter their destiny. It was on an unassuming evening when they checked their Powerball ticket, a ritual done with little expectation, that they found themselves catapulted into the realm of multi-millionaires. Their winning moment was laced with disbelief and shock. As the numbers on their ticket matched one by one with those announced, a surreal sense of excitement enveloped them. Their initial reactions were a mixture of overwhelming joy and stunned silence. Could this truly be happening to them? The public reaction to their win was a blend of astonishment and celebration. Friends, family, and even strangers shared in their joy, marveling at the sheer magnitude of their luck. The Robinsons' win wasn't just a personal victory, it became a story of hope and dreams coming true for those around them. The Robinsons' new abode is nothing short of a lakeside paradise. Their luxury house, nestled beside a tranquil lake, stands as a grand testament to their newfound wealth. The exterior of the house is a magical display of architectural beauty, with its expansive windows reflecting the calm waters and its elegant facade blending seamlessly with the natural surroundings. Inside, the house is a realm of lavishness and style. Each of the 10 bedrooms is a masterpiece of design, offering comfort and luxury in equal measure. The 8 bathrooms are akin to personal spas, adorned with the finest fixtures and a serene ambiance. The decor throughout the house strikes a perfect balance between modern elegance and homely warmth. The crown jewel of the Robinsons' residence is their private cinema. This state-of-the-art facility boasts a large screen, plush seating, and an immersive sound system, creating an ultimate movie-watching experience. It's a space where family and friends gather, where laughter and awe fill the air. Adding to the allure are the various recreational spaces. A games room, vibrant and inviting, offers endless entertainment. An indoor pool, a shimmering oasis, promises relaxation and fun. For those fitness inclined, a fully equipped home gym stands ready. Each space within the house is thoughtfully designed, not just for luxury, but for creating lasting memories. Their sprawling 320-acre property magnificently showcases John and Lisa Robinson's journey of newfound wealth. This vast expanse of land is a treasure trove of natural beauty, with lush greenery that stretches as far as the eye can see. It's a serene escape, where tranquility reigns supreme, and the hustle of the outside world fades into a distant memory. Woven into this natural tapestry are unique features that elevate the property to a realm of luxury. Private trails carve through the landscape, offering secluded paths for morning walks or peaceful evening strolls. Outdoor entertainment areas, thoughtfully designed, provide the perfect setting for hosting gatherings or enjoying quiet moments under the stars. The property's landscaping blends seamlessly with its natural surroundings, creating a harmonious balance between cultivated elegance and wild charm. It's not just a piece of land, it's a sanctuary where nature and luxury coexist in perfect harmony. The day-to-day life of the Robinsons, post their Powerball win, is a vivid illustration of luxury blended with comfort. Mornings might begin with a serene view of the lake, the water's surface mirroring the sky. Days could be spent exploring the vastness of their property, finding new corners of peace and beauty, or indulging in the amenities of their lavish home. Their enjoyment of this new lifestyle is evident in the small pleasures: quiet breakfasts in their expansive dining area, movie nights in their private cinema, and evenings spent in the company of friends and family in their elegant living spaces. It's a life that allows for both grand entertaining and intimate moments, a perfect balance of excitement and serenity. The impact of their Powerball win extends beyond the material. It has transformed their experiences and opportunities, opening doors to a world they'd only dreamt of. For John and Lisa, this win isn't just about financial gain, it's about a life enriched with possibilities, a journey from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Gloria Mackenzie's life transformed in an instant, the moment she discovered she was the winner of an astounding $590.5 million Powerball jackpot. It was a day like any other until it wasn't. Gloria, a regular visitor at her local grocery store, had purchased the ticket on a whim, unaware that it would be the key to a fortune. When the winning numbers were announced, Gloria's world turned upside down. The shock that gripped her was palpable, a mix of disbelief and overwhelming joy. She stood, ticket in hand, struggling to process that she, Gloria Mackenzie, had won one of the largest jackpots in Powerball history. The news of her win rippled across the nation, capturing the attention of the media and the public alike. Headlines blazed with the story of the septuagenarian who had beaten the odds. Her win wasn't just a personal victory, it became a sensational story, inspiring countless others to dream big. For Gloria, it was the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one filled with possibilities that were once unimaginable. Gloria Mackenzie's 6,322 square foot mansion in Jacksonville, Florida is a spectacle of architectural magnificence. As you approach, the mansion's grandeur is immediately apparent, a stunning fusion of traditional elegance and modern luxury. The exterior, with its harmonious blend of stone and glass, stands regally amidst beautifully landscaped gardens. The expansive grounds, dotted with mature trees and manicured lawns, offer a picturesque setting that speaks of tranquility and grace. The entrance of the mansion is a gateway to opulence. Upon stepping through the grand front doors, one is greeted by an impressive foyer. Towering ceilings and a sweeping staircase offer a dramatic welcome, while the elegant lighting and polished floors exude sophistication. The foyer serves not just as an entry point, but as a statement of the grand living that lies within. The living area is the heart of the home, where comfort meets elegance. Spacious and bathed in natural light, it's a space designed for relaxation and entertainment. Plush seating, tasteful decor, and a warm fireplace create a cozy yet luxurious atmosphere. The dining area, adjacent to the living space, is equally grand. A large table, capable of hosting many guests, sits under a chandelier, with fine artwork gracing the walls. Perfect for hosting dinner parties and making memorable moments. The kitchen in Gloria's mansion is a chef's dream. It boasts a spacious layout with top-of-the-line appliances and ample counter space. The central island serves as both a preparation area and a casual dining spot. Elegant cabinetry, granite countertops, and state-of-the-art gadgets make this kitchen not only functional, but also a visual delight. The master suite is a sanctuary of luxury. Expansive and beautifully appointed, it features a large, comfortable bed, a sitting area ideal for unwinding, and large windows that offer stunning views. The suite includes a private balcony, perfect for enjoying morning coffees or evening sunsets. The ensuite bathroom is akin to a personal spa, complete with a soaking tub, a spacious shower, and dual vanities. Each additional bedroom in the mansion is crafted with comfort and style in mind, offering guests a luxurious stay. The bathrooms echo the elegance found throughout the home, featuring high-end fixtures and tasteful decor. Gloria's mansion is equipped with amenities that add to its luxury. A home theater provides an immersive cinematic experience. A well-equipped gym and a spa area offer wellness and relaxation without leaving the comfort of home. These unique features cater to both entertainment and health, reflecting a lifestyle of indulgence and care. The outdoor living area of the mansion is as impressive as the interior. A sparkling pool invites relaxation on sunny days, while the patio area is perfect for outdoor dining and gatherings. The landscaping is meticulously maintained, creating a serene outdoor oasis. The mansion isn't just about aesthetic beauty, it's also a smart home. Advanced technology is integrated throughout, from automated lighting and climate control to state-of-the-art security systems. This technological integration ensures convenience and safety, enhancing the luxurious experience of the home. In the grandeur of her Jacksonville mansion, Gloria Mackenzie's daily life unfolds like a chapter from a luxury fairy tale. Each morning, she might awaken to the soft Florida sunlight streaming through expansive windows, highlighting the plush comforts of her master suite. Breakfast could be a leisurely affair in the state-of-the-art kitchen, where high-end appliances and elegant decor make even the simplest meal feel like a culinary experience. The mansion, with its sprawling layout, offers endless possibilities for entertainment and leisure. Gloria could spend her afternoons in the tranquility of her beautifully landscaped gardens or enjoy a refreshing swim in her private pool. The evenings might be reserved for mosting friends and family, where the spacious living areas and outdoor patio become the stage for memorable gatherings, filled with laughter and joy. This remarkable residence has transformed Gloria's lifestyle, elevating her daily experiences from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Her win not only granted her financial freedom, but also ushered in a new era of luxury living. In the annals of lottery history, few moments shine as brightly as Edwin Castro's windfall. The Californian's life took a dramatic turn when he clinched the colossal $2 billion Powerball jackpot, an amount that's more than just a figure. It's a gateway to a realm few dare to dream of. This staggering sum, a beacon of life-altering possibilities, catapulted Castro from everyday life into a sphere where extravagance and opulence were the new norms. The day Edwin Castro realized he had won was nothing short of cinematic. Picture this: a regular individual going about his day suddenly discovers that his life is forever changed. The numbers on his ticket matched, against all odds, the winning combination of the Powerball lottery. This wasn't just a win, it was the jackpot of jackpots, a rarity that comes once in many lifetimes. In that instant, Castro's emotions must have spanned disbelief, euphoria, and awe as he grappled with the sheer magnitude of his win. Among Castro's first acts of newfound affluence was acquiring a mansion that is a marvel in itself. This 13,500 square foot palace isn't just a house, it's a declaration of luxury. Each of the 5 bedrooms offers a sanctuary of comfort, while the 7 opulent bathrooms echo the finest of hotels. Imagine stepping outside to an infinity pool that blends seamlessly with the horizon, a symbol of endless possibilities. Inside, a wine cellar awaits, ready to host collections worthy of a connoisseur. For entertainment, a state-of-the-art movie theater and a comprehensive fitness area are at the disposal of Castro and his guests. Each element of this mansion is a brushstroke in a masterpiece of lavish living, a home that transcends the ordinary and elevates every aspect of daily existence to the extraordinary. Perched atop the prestigious hills of Bel Air, Edwin Castro's second mansion is a testament to architectural splendor and exclusive living. This 7-bedroom, 11-bathroom behemoth isn't just a home, it's a crown atop the city, offering breathtaking panoramic views that capture the essence of Los Angeles. Each room is a blend of elegance and grandeur, with windows framing the cityscape like living portraits. The neighborhood itself is a who's who of high society, where each residence tells a story of success and ambition. This mansion stands as a beacon of luxury, its presence as commanding as the hill it rests upon, a true haven for those seeking the pinnacle of opulent living. In contrast to the grandiose Bel Air mansion, the Castro's Altadena property is a $4 million gem that radiates charm and elegance. Nestled in a more serene setting, this mansion offers a luxurious yet cozy retreat. Its unique appeal lies in the perfect balance it strikes between opulence and comfort. The interior spaces are thoughtfully designed, creating an ambiance that's both lavish and inviting. Here, luxury is not just about the grand scale, but also about the warmth and personal touch in every corner. This mansion, with its subtle elegance, serves as a perfect escape, a peaceful haven where luxury and tranquility coexist harmoniously. In the elite echelons of luxury, Edwin Castro's $47 million Los Angeles property stands as a masterpiece of extravagance. Imagine a residence that doesn't just meet the standards of luxury, but redefines them. This isn't just a home, it's a monument to opulence, sprawling in its size and unmatched in its grandeur. Located in one of the city's most coveted areas, it's a symbol of status, a jewel in the crown of Los Angeles' elite residential landscapes. The property exudes a sense of prestige and prominence, representing the very pinnacle of high-end living. The portfolio of properties owned by Edwin Castro paints a vivid picture of a life transformed by fortune. Each mansion, with its distinctive charm and luxury, comes together to form a tapestry that illustrates the depth and breadth of this newfound lifestyle. These homes are more than just structures. They're sanctuaries that showcase the incredible power of wealth to transform reality. The extraordinary tales of these Powerball winners illustrate not just the opulence that vast wealth can bring, but also the transformative nature of fortune. Their stories are a vivid reminder that life can change in an instant, with each ticket holding the potential for a new, unimaginable future.